Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verses 61. In the hearts of all things that exist, that live, O Arjun, the God is delivering his song of God, Lord Krishna to Arjun. O Arjun, in the hearts of all things that live, God is there, is the sthit strongly occupying the heart of all the persons, everything that lives. Here in respect, especially human beings. The first line. Second line. And is all the people like instruments by the powers of God, which are beyond the understanding of the instruments, just like the instrument, a car or an aeroplane or whatever, like I'm a surgeon, my scalpel or any other instrument which I use, that doesn't understand how and why I am using it. I just use it, my arm. So those in the hearts of which is the controlling authority, in the hearts, the center of uh, everything, the God is strongly uh, established, is present, has occupied that place, and is making everybody work, every living being work, going round and round, like the instruments we use, whatever, whether a computer, we give them directions, we use them. So around, we take them around like we take a cycle or car. So the God here says that I am the controlling authority of the universe, and everywhere I am situated, because we think that we are the living beings and supreme living beings, and some people among us may think everyone is an instrument. So this is uh, the unthinking will, to which we give the name of fate, destiny. The spirit that rules the cosmos, the Lord who presides over the evolution of the cosmic plan, is seated also in the hearts of every being and will not let them rest. So everything is going round. Earth is revolving, the sun is moving, the galaxy is moving, all the solar system and galaxy and everything, air is moving, water is moving, whatever is there is moving. Like that, so God will not make them take. Electrons are moving, protons are moving, and some atomic particles which we do not as such understand, photons, gravitons. So all things is a moving world. So they are moving by the power of God, that is in the central guiding and pushing force. Without thee, we cannot live for a moment, as the truth you does exist eternally, within and without. The Supreme is innermost self of our existence. All life is a movement of the rhythm of his life. Because we are short-sighted, we see very small thing in the span of time. We see the civilization has come to present type of civilization, say from few hundred years, and say maximum to some time, maybe few thousand years, but we don't know exactly what happened 10,000 years back, you know, 100,000 years back, 10 million years back, 1 million years back. Do not we speculate and try to find out, but we do not exactly know what happened 1 trillion years back or million trillion years back. So this is what we are seeing, a very short span of time as per the cosmic plan. And in this cosmic plan, we think we are important, we think we are great, we think we are good, acquired this power, or gained or expressed other, and standing on them, we are standing high, tall. That's not true. But here, there is that God says everything that happens is, fortunate and gained, like captain of a cricket team who has made billions, or a very popular actor. So they get egoistic that by their own skills and by their beautiful bodies, they have become Miss World or Mr. World, whatever. So that is their ego. They say it is just that they are driven to that position by the will of God. If we do not, even then the truth will think that everything, God does not play dice, and everything it is done with a purpose. So, what is the purpose behind that? That this thing is, and say nature, uh, like even Newton or other scientists, that what is the purpose of God? Why God has done it like that? The supreme desire, beauty, and goodness are born without travail and effortlessly. When we become transparent media for the light of God, He uses us for His work. That's beautiful, and I think it like this, that pathology, like God creates things and they gives powers to the different things, and some things develop into very good powers, and something like you leave a thing like the human beings have constructed now atomic bombs, hydrogen bombs, now biochemical bombs, and so on and so forth. Things, and had we joined our efforts to pool the energy, there would no one diseased. Every disease would have been conquered, whether it is cancer or heart disease or neurological disease or psychological or psychiatric. We had created a world which is free from any type of pollution, on water, on air, on ozone layer, on the earth, and maybe we had reached many parts of the, you know uh, planetary system or even galaxy by pooling our resources, minds, and God will ultimately put them to their purpose. And like in the garden, it's a garden of God. Like I am doing gardening these days a lot. So the weed is taken out. Something getting some questions. They are saying that talk in Hindi also. Uh, yeah, like that. So I will come to it later. Basically, in English language. And I was in North Africa, Arab country, for a while. I worked for 5.5 years in Libya, and they have translated most of their basic medical sciences also in Arabic, because I met some Indian doctors who were working in teaching in anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, and so on. They had been relieved, or their contracts were not extended. I asked them the reason. They said they have translated into Arabic language, but in Japan, English is given us access to the English literature and ability to communicate among ourselves, because India has so many languages and cultures and ways of life, whereas this language ultimately does not matter, but it matters for those who do not understand. Like I'm getting some messages that please talk in Hindi also. So that is what I will, share my thoughts on Bhagavad Gita also in Hindi, and address to other people are asking me about medical problems. I will talk to them also in Hindi. I have got many of my talks in Hindi and Punjabi. both of are my mother tongues, but English is now for many of the Indian people, especially those who go to school and they learn. But those also who listen and learn. So anyhow, coming back to today's my thoughts about this, uh, the main topic of Bhagavad Gita today is that God we have to recognize and know. It is a knowledge being imparted by God. He is drawing the attention to of the person is delivering the song of God. He is making you aware of the God which is residing inside the innermost chambers of heart, means mind of your thinking. If you meditate and explore and draw from your senses, you feel peace, you feel strong, and you do not really need the the greed and anger and doing something wrong to anyone. You feel the unity and you feel love, and you feel like giving the care to others. You feel your goodness and the goodness in others, like you are frustrated with someone. You will suddenly remember so many good acts of that person whose the person has done. So will connect with the people whom you correct, superficially criticize. So God, as we humans think that we can manipulate God, so we cannot. God, for God, we are just His creation or her creation. God is not male or female. We made Him male or female. We gave Him different names. That's not true. The true is that force. We are all machines. We try to imprison God in our books, in our temples and churches. God, this is my God. This is the way. This is the way God is worshipped. No, God. We are all instruments. Same instruments for God. And this is what God is telling, that look towards the God which is created, which is residing in everybody's heart, all creations. Even the plant we have to eat, even those who are non vegetarian animals, they have to eat. But don't kill them with cruelty, don't destroy them, don't insult them. God is in them. The creation, the air, the things. Don't exploit other people. God is everyone in everyone's heart. Even not say by trying to say that my religion is bigger than others, my politics or ism is bigger than others. I mean, this gives equality to everyone. Like this currency is stronger than other, and so this can purchase say uh, say 100 kg of rice from one country, and the currency of other person can purchase only few grams of rice. This is inequality. This is created by us, and ultimately God will correct all these things if the human beings will not correct, because we are all machine. Like I was talking of Hindu mythology, so many times the God gave power to someone, and that person's creation misutilized and misutilized the powers given to a God. Then God has to find and means to destroy its own creation and its own boons which were given to the persons. Find ways and means to counter those means. Because what God says, it has to says that okay, somebody says I should not be killed during the day and during the night, inside the home or outside the home or below. So God comes in the time, so that person becomes powerful, like Hiranyakashipu. So like that person who become very powerful and demonic, exploiting and torturing others. So God comes at a time when this is not the day or not the night. This is not outside or inside in the door, and not above or below, but keeps the thing on his thigh and cuts the head of the person or tears his thing with this, and not by animal or human thing. So God comes as half animal and half human being, like with the head of a tiger and the nails and claws of a tiger and the human body, and puts him on his thighs and tears his abdomen like that. So the creation and destruction, we should not do such acts that God has to destroy us. God has given us the gift of life, if reasonable independence to think, speak, and work and act. So we must respect the God in all beings. Thank you. For now, we shall meet again. Bye bye. Glory to Lord Krishna, glory to Lord Vishnu, glory to God.